by you. I'll be your everything, your blue sky. I go to war, fight. Damn right. Even when I've left, I do right.
All right, make the adjustment. Here we go. Welcome back to the Professional Stepdad Show. I am your host, Franco Zavala. Man, I can't say my name. This is episode 138 of the show. Man, this mic is just, sometimes it kills me. Thank you guys very much for listening, for watching, for subscribing to the show, for sharing. I am so humbled and blessed and grateful to be here with you, to be talking to you, to be reading your comments and your questions. And you know, and I learn a lot from each and every one of you. So thank you. I really appreciate it. All right, so today's episode is going to be, so episode 138 is going to be a question that I'm going to ask and I'm going to pose and then I'm going to talk about it. So do you know why most step parents quit? Do you know why most stepdads quit and walk away? It's because we have these expectations. We have this vision in our head, how we want this whole blended family journey to unfold. A lot of us, including myself, when we first get into, and we first step into our family, a lot of us believe for some apparent reason that we are somehow owed like respect, or we should be, you know, given respect because, you know, we didn't have to step up. We didn't have to, you know, step into our blended family. You guys are lucky to have me. That's how a lot of most stepdads feel. You guys are lucky I'm here. You guys have nobody without me. This is a lot of stepdads have these inner conversations and these inner arguments with themselves. And a lot of the reasons most stepdads quit, or most step parents quit in general, is because when we enter our blended family, and we enter our blended family with this idea of how we think it should go and how we want it to go, there is a sense of fear in the back of all of our minds. And the sense of fear is, what if I fail? What if they don't like me? What if they don't accept me? What if they don't value me? You know, am I making the right choice? And then you have all the knucklehead friends of yours and your family members are like, are you fucking crazy? Like, let me tell you something. My family did not want me to be where I'm at now. When I first said what I was going to do and who I fell in love with, and I said how many kids my wife had, 5. My mom was in tears. My dad was like, are you fucking crazy? My friends were like, you're an idiot. Let me tell you something. My best friend at the time, you know, when you call you're getting ready to get married and you call your maid of honor, your best man up and you give them that you present to them like, hey, this is what's going on. And man, I'd love for you to be standing next to me by my side when I get married. I asked my best friend that, and his answer to me was, well, I don't know, man. I just don't know how I feel about you marrying into a family with 5 kids. That's not what I didn't need that from him. What I needed from him was a yes. That's my best man. You say yes at that moment, and then you bring up your concerns as we move forward. And then I will go ahead and alleviate those concerns by telling you the reason I'm there. I don't give a shit about what you think about her having 5 kids. I care about her. I fell in love with her. My why and my reason for being there is her. And a lot of stepdads and a lot of stepmoms, when they enter their blended families, because things might not be playing out the way we see it, or because we are so easily influenced by outside circumstances and people, or people, we proceed to move through our days with one foot out the door. Meaning, it's like you're holding the door open for the just in case, break glass in case of emergency, golden parachute scenario, which is you're not fully in. Let me be the first to tell you, stepdad, if you are not going all in, if you have not gone all in, if you feel metaphorically that your foot is still out the door, I'm going to tell you to do one of 2 things today. Either bring the fucking foot in and respect the emotions, the values, and the individuals in your blended family, from the kids to your partner, or get the fuck out of there. Because this lingering back and forth is doing no one any good. One minute you're all in, the next minute you threaten to leave. One minute you make a connection with the kids and one thing goes bad, the next minute you're telling your partner that you fucking hate him and you don't get along with them. You're gonna accept everything for what it is, or you're going to reject everything for what it could be. And you will never know how good you can be and how far you can go within your blended family until you bring the metaphorical foot in. And guys, I'm saying this because I've had a lot of conversations over the past 2 years with biomoms. Biomoms reaching out to me, asking me if I can make videos for their new partner who will be the potential stepdad in their life and speak to them on what I do and why I do. Because they're scared. They're scared that it may or may not work, or the biomom, maybe they've been together a while and he's not clicking for him. It's not working. She's unhappy, but yet he's still there. And he's still there only because he's too fucking proud to leave because, that's a funny thing about men in general. Like, we're too proud to give up and leave, but we'll also metaphorically keep our foot out the door just in case we fucking have to, right? And then if we walk out because we have the foot out the door, then we'll go ahead and blame everybody else for how everything turned out. Bottom line, stepdads, is anything that happens to you and everything that happens to you within your blended family, from the relationships that you build with the children, to the relationship you have with your partner and the team that you build, to how you fucking work on yourself and letting go of those demons, everything is your fucking fault. Everything. And that's a lot of the reasons why most stepdads quit and walk away. They won't bring the metaphorical foot in the door. They are looking to blame others for what's going on. The kids don't respect me because bio dad talks about me at the dinner table on the weekends when the kids are with them. So fucking what? You got to remember, actions will always speak louder than words. Let him speak. Let them speak. When they come into the four walls of your home, when they enter the place where the home that you're building, the home that you're maintaining, the home that you're sustaining for them, let them know that this is a house of love and of care and of guidance and of mentorship and fellowship and stop fucking like pointing fingers and saying it's not my fault, it's his. It's not my fault, it's theirs. It's fucking your fault. Okay? And one of the reasons that I started the podcast and one of the reasons I even started the show is because I'm trying to change the narrative around what it means to be a stepdad. Hollywood, TV, books, family members, everyone, all painted this picture of evil step-parents. The horrors of the stepdad, the alcoholic, the abuser, the molester, the aggressive one, all that stuff. And it's just not true. It's not true. And let me tell you, when I first joined my blended family, I had those ignorant visual pictures, or whatever you want to call it, in my head, because I knew that's how people were going to view me. I knew that's how people were going to judge me. I knew that's how maybe even my wife, my wife I've known since I was freaking 6 years old. And just because I've known her almost my whole life, and then we didn't see each other for 11, 13 years. And then when I came back, we fell in love and I entered into my blended family journey. She didn't trust me for the first, let's call it 48 months. No, let's call it 12 months. No, wait, 24 months. Sorry, geez, I can't do math. For the first 24 months. And it wasn't because she didn't want to trust me. It was because she was doing what she needed to do for her family, which is to guard her heart, to watch her kids, to protect everyone around her, to make sure that the person that was entering her life was going to not only be there for the long run, but that he wasn't just some sort of fly-by-night dad. Right? And it totally makes sense. But if I would have continued forward with my journey with a metaphorical foot out the door, if I wouldn't have been all in, I would not have been able to see things for what they needed to be seen as. Meaning, I had to look in the mirror, take what I saw, and understand that, Franco, you cannot bring this old you cannot bring who you were 10 minutes ago into this blended family. It won't work. You have to start from scratch. This is all new. These are 5 kids that are not yours. This is a blended family experience. This is judgment coming from all sides. You have to let everything go. And if your foot is out the door, you won't be able to. You just won't. You won't buy into it. You won't go all in. You just won't. It's like a sales. You know when somebody's going to buy and when somebody's not going to buy based off of their certain answers, and how they're the rebuttals. I definitely want this, Bill, but gotta talk to my wife first before I make any, like, stuff like that. When they give you those excuses, it's because they're not confident enough to make the decision to pull the trigger. You have to, as a stepdad, as a mentor, a leader, and father, have to be confident enough to pull the trigger, to go all in. And to help me, please change the narrative for stepdads. The reason why most stepdads quit, it's not because we don't want to be there. It's because we give up. And I want you to understand there's a huge difference between the two. Especially if let's just say you leave after 2 years, you build those relationships with the kids. Even if they're tiny and they're not like, kind of like how my relationships are with my children. You've gone in and out of love with your partner. You've probably been through quite a few obstacles to that point. But you're quitting. And I want you to remember, stepdads, when you quit, not only are you quitting on yourself, but you are reaffirming to the narrative that it's too hard and it's okay to walk away. And that's just bullshit. So look, if you find yourself in your blended family journey, if you find yourself metaphorically with your foot out the door, I'm gonna ask you politely to either bring it in and open up your heart, humble yourself, learn, or I'm going to ask you to get the fuck out. Because the longer you stay there, the longer it's going to take the individual, the stepdad like myself, the individual who should be in your position to get there. You're going to have to make room for him. And I know that's a selfless act to do, stepdad. And you may be listening to this right now going, what the fuck, man? Frank was always telling me to never give up and to work on myself and this and that. I'm not saying don't do that. What I'm telling you is this. Be honest with yourself. Is your foot out the door? Are you all in? Answer that question for yourself. Do it for yourself first. And then based off of your answer, you've heard my solutions. So, again, remember, the reason that most stepdads quit and walk away is because we don't think we can do it. We don't think we'll get to that place. And because our foot was out the door, it's easy for us to disappear in the night. And it's not fair to the kids. It's not fair to your partner. Shit, stepdads, it's not fair to yourself because you'll regret it for the rest of your life. So remember that. All right, guys, that's today's episode. Again, thank you guys very much for listening, for watching, for sharing, for learning, and for growing. Have an amazing, wonderful weekend, and hope you guys are excited for Christmas. Talk to you soon. Be well. Hey, thanks for listening to the show. Listen, if you know a stepdad who is in need of any of this information, do me a favor right now. Hit that subscribe button and share this episode with them as fast as possible. Did you do it? Okay, you did it.
Quiet on the set, please. Thank you, everybody.